Yo, what's going on, bro? My name is Sam Walford. I'm a 17-year-old dropout entrepreneur from Coventry in the United Kingdom. And just to show you some proof so you know you can trust me, here is loads of results and testimonials from my clients and people I've worked with. So you can see, basically, I help other self-improvement coaches, probably exactly like you, to hit your first 1 to 3K per month. My average client makes $3,700 in the first 2 months. I've helped over 500 young men to start coaching. You can see there's tons of proof here, and the video you're currently watching is actually basically a full guide I have made for my paid program, the $1,000 fast lane. I'm not fucking pitching you any shit, don't worry, bro. But basically, I made this guide. I realized, oh shit, this is really fucking valuable. It'd make so much sense to me to put it on YouTube, which is why I'm now putting it on the YouTube. This guide, okay, will teach you exactly everything in fucking autistic detail, what you need to know to be able to hit your first 1 to 3K per month as a self improvement coach. Now, I want to make this abundantly clear. Only doing YouTube isn't enough to hit your first 1 to 3K per month within the next couple months, and I talk more about that in this guide, okay? It requires much more than solely just uploading videos to do that, okay? It requires other platforms and other things, and we're gonna go into that in this video, okay? But I just realized, oh shit, for like the YouTube aspect of coaching, this is fucking super valuable, which is why I'm now uploading this to YouTube for you. Um, so yeah, that's it. That's basically that for my intro. Let's get into it. Yeah, so this is a fucking mini temporary YouTube guide, which I'm making because obviously if you've watched the video of me explaining the future of the fast lane, you know that I'm gonna make some YouTube training eventually, and YouTube's an interesting thing because it's like up to like 9, 10 months ago, my entire business was based off, getting traffic from YouTube. Then I discovered Skool networking, and the Skool networking worked way better because it was more gear one. And so I'll go hard on the Skool networking. And now it's kind of like Skool networking I explain it's going to start dying eventually. And so it's like we need to diversify out in a way. And so we're in an interesting situation because it's like, I can make YouTube work. I know how to make it work. I've made it work before. I was at 2K per month selling YouTube courses, like what, 11 months ago. So like I know I've made it work in the past for myself. I've made it work for other people in the past. Um the thing is that past was like 11 months ago, and it's like I've never like fully got really good at YouTube to the point where we've got a fucking super solid methodology, if that makes sense. And what we're going to go through in this little mini temporary guide here is kind of like is more so the theory which I've made work 11 months ago, and other things I've learned recently as well. But the reason I'm making this now is because it's like I'm teaching you this kind of like theory, and the reason I'm calling it theory is because like it's been proven to work by other people and other niches, for what we're trying to do. The only thing that hasn't been proven is me doing it for our specific niche of young men. Because like I find I do this a lot where it's like I'll learn something, I'll make it work for me, and then it's kind of like I'll then teach how it's worked for us, and it's like we'll have to do shit like, a bit slightly different from like the core central teachings which I've learned. For example, like Skool networking, it's like learning that from Andrew Kirby. It's like he teaches it in a completely, not completely, but significantly different way. And it's like we have to kind of develop and learn from that, for example. So it's like with the YouTube, it's like obviously I've already learned a lot from like Hamza and doing it myself, and you used to coach it. And at the moment, it's like, I mean, Charlie Morgan isn't the biggest credibility in YouTube. I mean, he's got a big channel, so I'm learning from Charlie Morgan now. So it's like I'm learning a few things from him, but it's like I don't just want to teach what I've learned. I want to make it work for us and then teach it, which is why I'm obviously not making the course yet. But the thing is, some of you boys, and we've talked about this on the Clarity Call and everything, might want to be going into the YouTube. So I think so far it's like, by the way, if I haven't explicitly said to you specifically that you should do YouTube, don't do YouTube. Don't watch this. I mean, you can watch it if you really want to, but don't get shiny object syndrome, bro. If what you're doing is working, then keep on doing that. If I haven't told you to do YouTube, but you think you might want to do YouTube, cop on a Clarity Call and we'll talk about it. But what I'm saying is, don't just start doing YouTube because I've released this guide. Okay, I'm gonna release like the course in maybe in a month's time or something like that. No promises with the release date, by the way. I've got to do a lot of testing and research and development first. But as I was saying, but basically, don't follow this unless I've told you to follow it. And if you want to follow it and you're getting like, because YouTube's fun as fuck, like if you wanted to do it, then just speak to me first, and we'll figure out like a unique plan for you. Because that's the other thing. It's like this is very like broad, more general advice. it doesn't have the nuances, if that makes sense, that would apply that you would get in a course, if that makes sense. And so this YouTube guide is almost like, imagine it's like a core based resource which allows me to teach you what I already know. But then for you to then implement that, I'm going to need to speak to you one-on-one in a clarity call, if that makes sense. It's not like a course where it's going to just work on its own. It's more like the sort of base foundations, which then we can build upon on the clarity calls. Hopefully you understand that. That's 4 minutes of disclaimers. But yeah, let's get to it. Okay, so first big main principle is consistency is way more important than you realize it is. And it's arguably, it's not necessarily the most important thing because the video itself is more important. But consistency is like very, very important. Okay, like ridiculously important, and I want to really drill this in. So, in fact, let's look at my like YouTube Studio stats. So, I mean, let's actually just like go on my Let's go on my subscribers and let's look at like the lifetime. Okay. When do you think I was doing daily uploads? Okay. When do you think I had a consistent upload schedule? Just somewhere on this graph, when do you think that might have been? Well, of course, it was the month of November 2023 here, where I went from like 300 subs. It was literally the start of November to the end of November. 300 subs to like, 1,400, And then the same periods that you see where it goes up quickly here. May, I'm not sure what that was there. That might have just been a video blown up. Then you see here November, I get a little like fast spike here. This is only for a week. But guess what? For that week, I did daily uploads, like day in the life of a teenage entrepreneur series. And then April, oh yeah, this is April 2025. Again, I was uploading consistently then. Like and then every time I'm not, is because I'm not uploading consistently. And it's not about subscribers. That's another thing. It's not about. I'm gonna get into that. It's not about subscribers, but what I just want to say is like the consistent uploads, and it's not about daily uploads specifically. It's about consistent uploads, basically meaning like, YouTube. It has this weird thing, and this has been proven time and time again. It's like momentum in a way. When your channel has momentum, YouTube likes that. It's kind of like, for you to kind of get monetized and for YouTube to reward you, it wants to know that you're willing to like put the work in. You can imagine imagine YouTube as almost like the world, the universe. Like the world, the universe, it's only going to reward you with like achieving your goals and making money and everything if you're willing to consistently put action in. If in your life and in your business you're inconsistently putting action in, and even in self-improvement or the gym or anything like that, if you're inconsistently putting the work in, you're not going to make much progress. Exact same thing with YouTube. YouTube, it works from like fucking like trial and error, and it basically like it's like, I mean, I learned this from Charlie Morgan, by the way. In case you've watched this course, you'll know where I'm going with this. It works like natural selection. Okay, and I sound so much fucking like Mr. Charlie Morgan saying this. It works like natural selection in that it's going to reward the channels which do better, okay, and the channels that don't do better are going to do worse, if that makes sense. And so you kind of need to like pass through this like natural selection phase, if that makes sense. And like do better than the other channels and outcompete them. And YouTube heavily rewards consistency because if you're inconsistent, well, it's like, you're not going to achieve your goals that way. So consistency, I know you might be thinking, oh yeah, but what if we just make a blow up video every now and then? It doesn't work like that. Like, and what we're going to get into more is like, it's not about blowing up or getting tons of views or subscribers or anything. It's more so about giving value and building the core audience. We're going to get more into that. But I just want to drill this point home. If you are going to start uploading, you are going to continue uploading, and you aren't going to miss one upload. If you're going to upload once a week, you're going to continue uploading once a week. If you're going to do it twice a week, you're going to do it twice a week. If you're going to do it 3 times a week, you'll do it 3 times a week. You're not going to miss an upload. You're not going to do any shit like that. You're going to continue uploading. And this is the thing, like, you want to decide on your upload schedule, and you want to fucking stick to it. And you might be like, oh, I'll do fucking daily uploads. This is another small thing, but, and you probably already know this. This is just a really basic thing. The more videos you upload, the less views each video gets, because it's like the audience. It's called audience fatigue. And so the stats have shown that basically more than 3 uploads, unless you're making really shitty videos, 3 uploads a week is kind of like the sweet spot. So if you want to do a ton and you're really motivated for YouTube, then you can do 3 videos a week. Like I'm gonna do 3 videos a week for myself, but that's only because I'm hiring like an editor. Where it's like I literally plan the video, I record the video, and I just send all those files away, and then it just automatically, the edited video just gets scheduled on my channel. So it's like, all I have to do is record and edit, plan and record once a week, and that's all I got to do, and that's how I'm gonna stick to the 3 times a week. Another thing about like a consistent upload schedule, is basically having videos in reserve, like having a sort of pool of videos you're sitting on in a way. So that if you can't put the work in for a week, then it's like you're not gonna fucking kill your upload schedule. But yeah, I cannot emphasize the consistency of uploading enough, bro. It's like seriously, and I've realized this for myself. It's like when I'm uploading consistently, that's when I get the channel growth. Like here, all these videos are pretty good, and they're getting views, but my channel isn't growing. I'm not building up an audience. People like, and this is the thing, and we're gonna go more onto this as well. In fact, we'll just go into it now because this ties well into what I want to like pull together with a consistency point. It's not about just like blowing up and getting views and playing the YouTube game. It's really not about that. Like you aren't a YouTuber, okay? YouTube is just the means. YouTube is just the medium for you to kind of like build the movement and build the business that you want to build. And so what I'm getting at is like the value, as in like the life-changing potential or the educational value of the video, is like really, really fucking important. Like you aren't trying to like grow a YouTube audience. You aren't trying to grow subscribers or get a video that like, because every now and then you'll get that video that just randomly get like 1.1k views or like 1.5k views. Like most of your videos will get 80 or a few hundred views, and then you just get that odd video that just gets 1,000 views, and it's like, oh nice, 1,000 views. That isn't what you're optimizing for. Like I can tell you, bro, if you go out there and you make every single one of your videos copying an outlier title being a title that's recently blown up, you will get like a couple thousand views per video. And I've done that for myself in the past. It does not help your business though, because you get more views, but it's like you get more views and the YouTube grows, but it doesn't grow your business. And this is like quite a hard thing to wrap your head around, but it's about basically like giving value to the market, giving value to the audience. And when I say audience, I just mean like the people who consistently watch your videos. Like we'll call them the following, the followers. Like your following, like the people who consistently watch your videos, who you consistently help. That's who you want to optimize for. You want to optimize to be able to change their fucking life, bro. It's like you look on like Hamza's channel, for example. This guy's always doing something new, bro. Just ignore it. What the fuck? Anyway. We're just gonna ignore Hamza's little riff. I'm really good friends with this editor. It's really interesting. Hamza's at the moment. He's planning, bro. This is another odd thing. So, the other self-improvement documentaries that have been, or the two. So the one I was in, and then the Netflix self-improvement Manosphere documentary. Hamza's seen them, and Hamza's wanting to make his own documentary now. Which is really interesting. And he was like talking about the one I was in. But anyway, that's a side thing. Right, so it's obviously, you look at Hamza, he was uploading super consistently here. This is the perfect example. Uploading consistently, high value, and yes, these were entertainment videos, but the entertainment value was actually educational value because it was like, his target audience was retards, and so making it entertainment makes sense. We're not targeting retards, obviously. And so it made sense for him to edit the videos, but then it's like, bro, this guy, why does he fucking change his thumbnails like this, bro? It's so... This guy, who the fuck is this girl, bro? This guy, man. Yeah. So basically, it's like he's uploading consistently and he's building up the following. It's like he's the videos are valuable and he's uploading consistently and he builds that following. And yes, he was uploading for like the YouTube entertainment and shit, but that's just because of his audience was. But then you come here and it's like he's now uploading consistently like really fucking valuable videos like this here, bro. This video is fucking awesome, man. Like this video changed my life. This video changed my life. This video changed my life. This is fucking all like this was. This was you continue on. Where was he in Scotland? Arguably this was like peak Hamza area. This is where he started it on his school. This is fucking like peak Hamza here, bro. Oh, he's put the cold exposure guide back on. That's awesome. On my carnival guide. These were taken down for some reason for ages. Yeah, and then he kind of went back to these videos, and you can see because he's inconsistent in the style he's done, and he's gone back to edited videos here. It's like, it starts to sort of go down, and where's his like yeah, this was arguably like when he was at his peak. I think he started to go downhill from here on out. But Hamza's channel is a perfect example of like why consistency matters so much, and it's like these videos here, like you can just like this is it's such an interesting thing to say. You can look at these videos and you can just like feel the value. Like you don't need to watch the video to know it's valuable. You feel that it's valuable. That's what you're trying to do with your videos. Like if you look at my channel, maybe, um, like what videos can you just like feel of? I mean, these are sort of valuable. These aren't like super incredibly valuable videos. Like I feel like where was it? Like these videos, it's like I was consistently uploading on the same thing. I don't know if you watch my channel at this point, you'd know. But these videos, like I was uploading once a week consistently for like what 2.5 months. I was uploading consistently, and that was only like 10 videos, but it was weekly uploads. But you can kind of like feel the value of this video. It's an hour-long guide, you know. Well, I think this is probably the video I'd say was the most valuable. I think, if I remember correctly. But like, look at this
Okay.
shit. Look at this shit, bro. Okay. So it looks nice. I've got that fucking book set up and everything. Um, and it's like I've got everything bookmarked out. This was like a week of work for me. And I CTA'd like every now and then, but it was like I went into fucking autistic detail on what to physically do, bro. And you can see like this is value. Like this is what I was optimizing for here. Okay. Um, Bro, Skool looks so different back then. But oh, they ordered Donna Skool logo, man. This isn't the start. My old fucking Windows PC. But you can see like this is like you just feel the value. Like that's what you're trying to do. And I'm not necessarily saying you need to make super fucking long videos. I'm just saying like it needs to, you don't like because you can see here Hamza, and this is another thing. But like Hamza, you can see here he's trying to go back to his old videos because like they got more views. Like these videos here. These got loads of views, and he found like a valuable style. It's like he was trying to emulate it, and you could just tell he was like he was doing it because like he wanted the videos to do well, not because he had the movement. Like here, he had the movement, the mission, like making the like changing lives. Whereas and here, it was the same thing. He was trying to change lives. Whereas here, I don't know if you watched Hamza at this point, but here it feels like he's also trying to take from the audience rather than give. It's just got that energy, and I think that's one of the biggest things. Okay, it's not about like the fucking the quality of the video in that like it can get views. It's more so like the value and the life-changing potential of the video. Like, and here it comes back, and these videos, you can tell these videos he's trying to change your life again. And so once again, it's very much like these. Like, if I was to watch videos, I would watch these videos. I wouldn't watch these videos. I wouldn't watch these videos. I would watch these videos though. Okay, and I would watch these videos, and I'd probably also watch these videos, maybe a little bit. Although I feel like these are a bit childish for me because I'm not really the niche for them. Or like if you're really fucking far back, maybe not these videos. This is like OG Jeffrey and Adonis back here. Yeah, it's not loading. But like these videos I might do. But it's like you see what I mean? It's like you can just like feel the value, if that makes sense. And like that's what you need to do as well. It's like you need to kind of like you need to, and this is another thing. You need to like serve the audience and not sort of serve yourself, if that makes sense. And there's so many like extra points I want to make. Yeah, we'll go on to this point and then we'll come on to this point in a second. But you want to serve the audience and not serve yourself. Basically meaning like when Hamza's making these videos here, you can kind of feel like he's gone back to his old style because he wants to get the views that his old videos got. But when he switches style, and these videos are actually pretty valuable here. And so these videos, like, you see what I mean? It's like you are like here. It's like these videos were pretty decently valuable. Like, where is it? This video is my fucking favorite video of Hamza's. I actually want to watch that later. Actually, I just fucking love that video, bro. Like this story, he just told a really good story, and he didn't make this video to serve himself. He made this video to like serve the audience. Same with these videos here. He's serving the audience. But then you look at this shit and he's like emulating his old style and it feels like he's trying to take from the audience. Same with these videos here. It feels like he's trying to take from the audience. But then these videos, it feels like he's trying to give to the audience or give to the following. Do you get what I mean? It's like you want to serve the following and don't serve yourself. And this goes way, way deeper. Like, this goes into a lot of ego shit in that, like, you don't want to make the videos just to suck your own cock. Okay, you want to make the videos. And you don't want to make the videos because you find it fun making the videos. You don't want to fall into the trap where you make the videos because it's fun and easy to. You want to make the videos which, they serve the audience the best even if it's hard. Okay. So, for example here, this video is kind of serving myself because it was easy and fun to make. This video is definitely serving myself because it's selling. Okay. This video isn't really serving myself though, because I didn't really enjoy making it that much, and it had a lot of decent value. This video is kind of serving myself, but it's, you know, it's also kind of serving the audience a little bit as well. Like, I guess this is sort of not a great example. Um, Whereas you look at these videos here, these videos, I think I've recorded all three back to back. Okay, that one I did, but these two I've recorded back to back, just on a whim because I had some good idea I wanted to teach, and these videos very much serve the audience. Okay, right, and this video does as well. I was just giving as much fucking value as possible, you know. But then it's like this video here is kind of serving me because it's an easy video to make, and I'm like just trying to make it blow. You see what I mean? It's like you want to make the video, and this, by the way, that's only got a load of views because it's on my about page. You don't want to like fucking suck your own dick and like ego shit, you know. Like this video was really valuable. I just explained my point to the best I possibly could, and yes, it got me a ton of traffic, but that's because I made it valuable. But then this video here, this is me just talking about myself and not giving an update, and this doesn't serve any value at all. You see what I mean? It's like you don't want to make it out of ego, and this is why like personal brands, they're very like dangerous territory. In that, like, these videos here, these got a ton of views, but these did nothing for my business. Because this was, like, personal branding videos. But these did nothing for my business, bro, and they took so much work to make. Okay. And that's basically because, it's like they're just kind of, like, sucking your own cock, in a way. You don't want to do that. You want to serve the market. You want to be a servant of the market. And so, and this is the next point. Actually, let me reorganize these. A good way to like serve the audience and you know serve the following and like give them value instead of just being like, you know, sucking your own cock or making videos because it's fun to. And when I say like don't serve yourself, what I mean is don't like make videos or edit them because you find it fun or like you got inspiration to. I mean, inspiration is a whole other thing. We won't go into that, but if you're like finding the video fun to make because like you enjoy the process of making the video and you're kind of avoiding doing what you need to because it's hard. Like if I actually like this here's a little like Notion page I use for my videos. So for example with this video here, which I'm still planning, is basically my you know the whole thing of like a hungry man can't change the world. It's basically like explaining all of that, and this video is so fucking hard to plan, and it's gonna be so much work. But I know it can really like fucking shift people's minds and really help them. And it's like I'm making the video to be like a long-term value impact, if that makes sense. So this is like serving the market. Whereas this video here, where it's like I'm explaining like the whole like you know goal divided by price over close rate equals calls booked, basically working out how many sales calls you need to make, how much money you want to make. This video is like more so it's valuable still, but I can tell it's like it's got more of an energy of like I'm trying to make it do well, if that makes sense. And it's not like a value package. It feels like it's almost serving me rather than serving the market. Whereas this video is a ton of work. I know it's going to be pretty long and probably won't get a ton of views because it's in a fucking good title. But I know that the people who watch it, it can really help them. These are the type of videos you want to make, if that makes sense. So yeah, and then yeah, basically you want to like to for the video ideas and everything, you want to make the video for someone specific, solving a specific problem for them, and like really go deep into that shit. So what I did when I was planning some of my videos, I'm not actually sure where I went. Yeah, so for example, I've recorded another video. I think it's in like the done part here. Yeah, so this video here, I planned and recorded this yesterday. And this video here, the way I basically planned all this out, and I just planned this out in one big fucking riff, bro. And the way I planned this out is I looked at Etienne's post here. Etienne, like, we went on a call, like, we got on along well, like, back in December, I think it was. And then he disappeared and fell off for the past few months, and now he's come back, okay. And I realized that, shit, this is a really good idea to make a video on. You know, I can make the video almost for him. So, and because with him, I know it's like he feels he's like, he knows he's going to succeed, but like he's not doing the work. And I realized the thing with him, the reason why he's failing is because he feels comfortable knowing that he's going to succeed. And so I made a video basically about like, you know, you feel you're destined for success in online business, but you feeling certain that you're going to succeed is probably a reason you won't because it gets you comfortable. And that's actually something I fucking struggled with recently, where it's like I was comfortable living in abundance, you know, sort of happy with my life and happy with where I'm at. And I realized that that's a reason I'm probably going to fail because I'm comfortable in where I'm at, and you know, it causes complacency. And so I made this video for Etienne. And there was another video I was going to make, another post I was going to make one on. I can't remember which post it was. Oh yeah, Coman, location dissonance. Like a video about, you know, being around people you know, being stuck in school, being around people who aren't like you. You know, I was gonna make a video on that, and it's like I've just got I fucking like so many good video ideas. Like for example, Josefa, screen share and sales. This could just literally be a 5 minute video here. You know, just like that. Or if you go on like the ask for advice section, I guess. You know, a video on what to do with your short form videos. Like I could make a video on that. You know, how to pick your niche. I mean, this is a pretty shit question, so maybe not there. Etienne made a video on that. I'm gonna make a video on that. School outreach. You know, it's like I could make a video on that. Again, perfect. How to stay motivated and keep improving if you've got no purpose. How to handle conflicting interests. Like, you see, this is just like deep questions and problems which are gonna resonate. And resonation is a huge thing, like resonating with your niche. I can make videos on this shit and it'll resonate so fucking hard with my niche. My niche being you, because I'm making the videos to answer a specific question. So like, you know, if you go into your free community and you just look at problems people have, and you can just make videos for that. Like, let's have a look in Patrick's community. I don't know how active it is, to be fair. Questions. No, it's just Mr. Kevin Dulbro. Here we go. What activities would you do to become more socially comfortable? Okay. That's a video Patrick could make. I know Patrick ain't doing YouTube. Let's use someone else. Let's have a look in Hugo's. Anyone experiencing reverse body dysmorphia? That's a good idea to make a video on, you know? And the thing is, Hugo hasn't got a super strong community. And so it's like, it's not going to be as strong as me doing it with the $1,000 protocol. But, you know, even here, like, what's your biggest problem? I mean, doing it from posts is generally better because you get more information. But, you know, just look at the questions people are posting. Or maybe you go on a coaching call with someone, one of your clients, or, you know, making videos for your clients. That's a great idea. Or even people you did free coaching with, or anything like just and I'm not saying like you don't want to look for general problems. You want to make a video for one person's specific problem, okay? And you just want to go deep into that shit, because if you sit here and you think of video ideas, you are gonna think of shallow shit. You need to look at people who are struggling with it and make the videos for the deep shit, and that's how you make like valuable videos that resonate, okay? So, going now into like, you know, how we actually make the video. Again, like, you want to make the video to just be valuable as fuck. Like, don't hold anything back. Like, and this is another thing. Like, your paid coaching, like, you want to give away the secrets and sell the implementation. Basically meaning, like, you shouldn't be scared to, like, give away any information. But you don't want to give away, like, implementation. Basically meaning, like, I would be happy to make a video explaining, like, the flow of a sales call. You start with discovery, okay? You then go into the cost of an action. You then, you know, transition into the pitch, and then you say the price, and you say the price with confidence. Like, I'd be happy with making a video explaining the flow of the sales call. I wouldn't, however, give away the sales scripts. The sales scripts are implementation, but explaining how to do it is kind of like, you know, that's the information, okay? So, there is a line for how much you should give away. I think that line is like you should give away way more than you probably think you should. And the thing is, honestly, for you guys, like, you don't, because if I was to give away my sales scripts, it'd actually make it harder for me to get sales, because it, like, you know, there's less of a selling point there, because the sales scripts are a big selling point. But honestly, for you guys, like workout routines or other shit like that, where it's like, you know, tangible deliverables, honestly, you could just fucking give them away in a YouTube video. Like, a good way to make a YouTube video more valuable, and I used to do this on my own channel, like with these videos here. It's just like, I don't have it on that video, but I would just give away like free resources in the description. I would make all these like free Notion templates and shit. Right? Like, let's try and see if we can find one. You know, here I give away templates and extra free resources. You know, and it's just like fucking giving them tons of value, bro. And it's just like linking everything. You know, you can just give away so much shit. I'm not talking about just giving away free shit. I'm also giving away information. Like, don't try and gatekeep anything, is what I'm saying. When you're planning out the videos. But anyway. So, of course, you probably already know this. When you're doing the video, you just basically want to bullet point this shit out. You don't want to script it don't script word to word. If you're scripting word for word, fuck off and leave the fast lane. Goodbye. You want to script it bullet points. And this is the thing, like, how many bullet points is kind of up to you. Like, I Me, like, for example, this video, I did quite a lot of bullet points, to be completely honest. Like, this is too many for me. This is way too many for me. I don't know why I did so many. Here, I'm also doing a lot, and I need to make sure I do less. Like, I've got a tendency to script it in too many bullet points. But yeah, just general script, and then basically rely off your ability to riff. Like, for example, how I've planned this here is just pure bullet points, and then I just, like, give the value. Like, this video here, this video you're currently watching here, would be fucking perfect for YouTube, bro. Okay? Because I'm just making it for pure value, okay? I might end up putting it on YouTube. Should I might end up fucking putting it on YouTube, bro. That could be a genuine plan. Because that's just pure authentic value. And that's another interesting thing. You can see, if I was making this video for YouTube, I would probably make it in a different way. I don't know. I'm probably not going to upload it to YouTube. But if I was going to make it for YouTube, I would make it in a different way, which would take away from the value. What people on YouTube want is like basically videos like I'm recording right now. So keep that in mind. Yeah, so with planning it, just, simple bullet points. If you want, you can start with the title. I sometimes do that. You can start with making a title and thumbnail if you really want to. I guess. Again, that's another thing I need to figure out, like the editing and title and thumbnail. We're going to go into that more. So for planning it, I would recommend using Alex Hormozi's Proof Promise Plan. Like, you can probably just search up, like, Alex Hormozi Proof Promise Plan, and it'll probably have some video on there. Fuck. But yeah, I mean, you can probably watch this video here. I mean, that's for the sales pages. Maybe that. I don't know. Maybe this video here. Like, you can just search it up. Okay, this is not even Alex Hormozi. It's just some fucking random little girl. Sorry for being misogynistic there. But, anyway, yeah, Proof Promise Plan is basically, you start off with your proof, then you give the promise of what they'll get by watching the video, and then you explain the plan for the video. So, for example, here, I might have done it here. So, I start with a hook. I mean, this is the thing. You can just start with a hook. Like, I start with a hook. Then I do proof here. Okay, I didn't really do it there, to be fair, in that video. There we go. Hook here. Proof. Promise. Plan. It's generally, you start with your proof, and then you promise, what they'll get by watching the video, and then into the plan. So it's like, I give the hook. Goal divided by price over close rate equals calls booked. This video gave me, this equation gave me the motivation and clarity to, hit 10K per month. Average client makes $3,700. Help all these other self-improvement coaches too. I promise by the end of the video you'll do blah 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 blah. And the way we're going to do this is firstly this and that and then that. Like, that's just a good way to start your video. You don't have to do this, but it can definitely help. Consistent intro. So again, this goes into the consistency thing. It's not just about having a consistent upload schedule. It's also about the videos having a consistent energy and a consistent sort of theme and style. And fuck, I just spilled water down myself. You've seen Hams, like, change his fucking style all the time, bro. People don't like it when you do that. You build up an audience. Okay, and by the way, at the start, when you're starting out, it's completely fine to change shit up and not have a consistent style at the start as you find what works. And this is what I'm going to be doing. We're going to talk more about this when I explain about the editing and everything. Like, I'm going to have some videos edited and some unedited to see how much the editing affects it. At least for me. But, what am I going on about? What am I saying? Yeah, so at the start, like, the consistent style doesn't matter because you can try out different shit to find what works and what you like. But, like, the consistency of the style does matter as you go on. And this applies to the intro as well, very heavily. It's almost like TV shows in a way, like the TV shows, like cartoons, they've all got the same intro, same outro, same format. Like, you want it to eventually get to a point where it's like that. And so, you have a consistent intro. Like, for example, mine is, yo, what's going on, bro? My name is Sam Walford. I'm a 17-year-old dropout entrepreneur from Coventry in the UK, and I help young men exactly like you to make your first 1 to 3K per month with self-improvement coaching. I've hit 10K per month for myself. My average client makes $3,700 in the first 2 months, and I've helped over 500 other coaches to start coaching. And in this video, we're going to go over, like, that's, I've kind of got the general intro down to a T. It's a consistent intro, or at least the part, yo, what's going on, bro? My name's Sam Walford. I'm a 17-year-old dropout entrepreneur from Coventry in the UK. That part, I've got it down to the fucking T, bro, okay? And I do that in, like, basically every single video to a degree. That's just my consistent intro. You want to have that to a degree, as well. And you can do a hook before the intro, but yeah. and then after you do the intro, you basically just need to explain what you need to explain. This is another side point. Actually, let me add this in. A video only needs to be as long as it needs to be and no longer. And we'll go into that in a second, just remember that. And so you have your bullet point script. You just want to go through the bullet point script. Like, stories are good, anecdotes are good. Anecdotes are just basically another word for stories. Explain, like, stories can be your own personal stories or stories of like other people you've helped, or examples and shit, or like analogies being like reframing it in a way. It's similar, kind of, that's going into sales a little bit there. And just explain what you need to explain. And here's the thing, like, a video only needs to be as long as it needs to be and no longer. And this is very important. You don't want to make your videos yappy and, too long to the point where, no one wants to watch it because it's that long, but you also don't want to make it too short to the point where you're cutting off the value. For example, me making this video here for you, this little loom video, this video is a good example. I'm speaking of bullet points, and I'm not yapping and going into unnecessary tangents. Like, you don't want to go off into unnecessary tangents. I'm just talking about the shit that I need to talk about, okay? And I'm not overthinking about making the video too short, and I'm not thinking about making the video too long, and I'm not doing any of that shit, okay? I'm basically just speaking for as long as I need to speak, and I'm not making it too long, but I'm also not trying to make myself speak less and skip points out. Yeah, it's like I'm giving the full package of the value, and I'm not trying to overinflate it, but I'm also not trying to compress it. The video is just as long as it needs to be and no longer. And you might be like, oh, okay, but then I look at all of Hamza's most valuable videos, or Charlie Morgan's most valuable videos, and Sam's most valuable videos, and they're all pretty long. And yes, you've got a point there, but they're not valuable because they're long because they're valuable. Yeah, think about that. The videos are on a deep topic, and we explain everything to a deep level. Okay, that really helps it. And as a result of that, the videos are long. If you're trying to make the videos long to try and make them more valuable, they aren't going to become more valuable. The videos being long are basically like it's what's it called, a side effect of the video, being long. Like, for example, this will sound really stupid, but let's say you've got cancer, okay, and you want to get rid of your cancer. You don't fucking shave your head and make yourself go bald. That doesn't solve the cancer. It's the chemotherapy that solves the cancer, and becoming bald is a side point of that, okay? Hopefully that drills the point home. The video only needs to be as long as it needs to be and no longer. And so if you really enjoy, and this is the thing, if you really enjoy making short videos, okay, and like, the sort of like, how I made this video here where it's like, 59 seconds, like this shit, okay? Really short videos. Let's say you enjoy making them, okay, but you can make it more valuable if you make the videos 2 minutes or make the videos 5 minutes. Make them 5 minutes. Yes, it's got less chance of blowing up because it's 5 minutes and not 1 minute. It's more valuable though, and this is the thing, we're optimizing for the long-term following to be able to change their lives and not blowing up. Or let's say, okay, you really love yapping about yourself, and you love, I do this too much, bro. You love yapping about yourself and telling stories about yourself because it fucking, sucks your ego's dick, which I do way too much. Then you need to stop doing that, and you need to make the videos shorter and make them more valuable by making them shorter. So the video just needs to be as long as it needs to be. Again, prioritize the value, okay? And this is the thing, you want to give way more than you ask. Like, give more than you ask. This is like one of my like biggest points. If you watch the old $1,000 protocol, like, this is one of the biggest points. A video, you want to give way more than you ask. And this is the thing, like, consistency over everything. I want to drill this as well. Like, YouTube is a really long-term game. Okay. You want to give way more than you ask, and you don't want to expect anything. Like, YouTube, like, genuinely, the way we're doing this is we want to make super valuable videos, and we want to make them consistently, and we want to change people's lives, and we want to keep doing that and not expect anything in return. And you might be making videos, and they get no views, and you get demotivated. Okay, you need to just continue doing that. Like, basically, forever. Like, you don't want to expect anything out. You don't want to set subscriber goals. You don't want to do any of that shit. You want to keep in mind YouTube's a really long time game, and you want to give as much as you possibly can before it will start basically rewarding you. Meaning, like, you're gonna have to put so much fucking into the YouTube before you start getting shit out. Okay, it's like startup businesses, for example. Where it's like any like big business, any big company that's done really well. Usually, for the first like 5 years, they're fucking losing money. Okay. And it's like this is an interesting thing for a lot of startups. Okay, they build the business to make it as valuable as possible, and like basically get as many users as possible, and get as many people reliant on the service, the business as possible. Once they do that, that's when they think about making money from it, and then they'll maybe run ads, then they'll maybe sell a premium or some shit. But all the biggest startups, they almost always, okay, at least in the modern day, I guess you look at Apple and shit, it's not the case because it's like that was a different time. But now you look at all the big startups, like Be Real, for example. That's a Be Real, remember that app? That's a fucking great example of it, bro. Where they went real, and I guess it's not a good example because they didn't manage to monetize it. But basically, what happened with Be Real is they got a fuck ton of funding, made this really fucking good app that everybody loves, okay? And you might be like, oh, it's just a good idea. The way they get the idea is by doing fuck tons of testing, and the way they do tons of testing is by having loads of money to invest into it. So it's the same with YouTube. The way you'll make really good videos is by testing lots of shit and investing into that testing by getting editors and doing shit, but that's besides the point. Be Real, they put so much fucking time and money and effort into making this really fucking good app. They made a really good app. The world loves the app. Like, hundreds of millions of people start using this app. And then that's where they're at the point of like, okay, we're gonna figure out how to monetize it. I think what actually happened is the owners of the app sold it off to someone else, and they basically exited. And then whoever they sold it to tried to monetize it and just completely failed. So that's kind of what happened with Be Real. But you can see basically that the owners of the Be Real, like the people who originally created it, they put so much fucking money and raised so much capital and put so much into it, not making anything. They then sell it to someone else. They make a fucking huge profit. And then, it's kind of, they've got the return after loads of time of putting effort in. YouTube's such a similar thing to this. You need to basically expect to be giving so much value, okay, putting so much time and effort in for ages and not getting anything in return. But then when it starts to reward you, boy, will it fucking reward you like crazy. Keep in mind this is a Gear 5 shit. Once it gets going, it's gonna fucking get going, bro. Okay, and you will get the fucking blow up, and you will get the fucking big audience, and you will be in a position like Hamza, or you'll be in a position like Alex and Mosey, where you got the fucking deep value pool, and it's just fucking awesome. And by the way, if you get that fucking audience where you got like, a decent solid audience where you can just pull value from, you are fucking set for life, bro. Like if you can continue giving to that following, okay, and you can keep up with shifts to the market and the environment, then you're basically set for life. Like you don't have to think about making money from anything else. Like if you can do that, that's kind of like you're chilling in Year 5, and that's when you can really easily scale up to like hundreds of thousands a month. By the way, that's like there's other ways to hit hundreds of thousands a month, but that's like probably the most reliable. Not the most reliable, probably the easiest way. So keep in mind that you're doing YouTube as like almost putting it on the back burner. Okay, the Skool networking and everything is like the forefront of like how you get the traffic now. That's Gear 1. Gear 5 is like the back burner. It's not going to get going for now, but once you get it going, boys are going to get going, and that's what YouTube is. So don't expect anything coming from it soon. YouTube is like you're playing.
It's 18 hours.
Time. Okay, and I think where most people go, like people following Hamza's ECC and all that shit. Okay, I think where they go wrong is it's like they need to make money now to get out of survival mode. They're in survival mode. They hate their fucking lives. They need to make 2K per month now to get out. But then the only thing they do is YouTube. And so they don't get anything from YouTube, and then they quit because they're fucking hating their lives and it's not working. It's like we need to do the Skool networking, the Gear 1 shit, and that's the priority. We get the 2K per month now. We fucking live a cool life now. And then the YouTube's almost like the long-term plan. Okay? That's how it is. It's like you want to have let's say you want to have a child, you want to have your son, or a daughter, you want to have a child when you're older. Okay, you don't want to go out and go and try and have a child right now, because that's kind of like Gear 5 shit. If you do that, it ain't gonna, you can have a child, but you're gonna have a pretty shit life. You need to focus on just getting your own life and like improving yourself for now, and getting your money up and being a good fucking member of society first. And that's kind of like the Gear 1 shit. And then you see where I'm going with this. Is like, then long term, then you're going to have the child, if that makes sense. Only once you've got like you've improved yourself, if that makes sense to a degree. Because this is the other thing with YouTube, is you'll get way better at YouTube by doing Skool networking and by doing coaching, okay? YouTube's such a long-term game. And so by you doing Skool networking and you doing coaching, you get way better at your niche, you make money. In the short term, you can then hire an editor, you get better at your niche, and make better YouTube videos. That's how you do it. Like, you do not want YouTube to be the number one thing. If YouTube's the number one thing, it is not going to work, okay? It does for some people, for the lucky few, but that's the lucky few, and you don't want to fucking put, the future of your life in the hands of the fucking YouTube gods, okay? So yeah, Basically, give way more than you ask. I'll put that in. Give way more than you take. And then this also applies to the CTA. So, with the CTA and everything, yeah, so with CTAing, obviously you are going to be funneling from your YouTube. That's the point of it. To a degree, I mean, you can change people's lives, but that's kind of the point of it. Um, you basically only want to CTA at the very, very end of the video. And this is kind of like to prioritize the long term. Like, I watch quite a lot of, I won't lie, I watch quite a lot of educational YouTube. And I fucking hate it. Okay, I really detest it when it's like they make the video and they do the hook. Okay, and then they start to get in the video, and then like 2 minutes in, they like fucking CTA you to go and buy their fucking merch and their product. Okay, and then 30 seconds goes by, and then they fucking do a sponsorship. And then later in the video, they do another fucking sponsorship, and then at the end of the video, they do another sponsorship. I hate that. I fucking detest that. I don't watch channels that do that. Okay. I hate it. I really fucking hate that shit. Alright? And like, yeah, I know they're trying to make money, but you know, YouTube doesn't pay well with AdSense. So like, yeah, I understand it, but like, bro. And this is the thing. If you're constantly CTAing to fucking like your funnel and to book a call with you and to join your Skool community, bro, like, no, people are just not gonna like it because that's like basically taking. It's like they're watching the video, they're giving you your time, and you're just like fucking taking that to try and fucking make them go down your funnel. Like, that's not what you want to do. Instead, what you want to do is like you want to prioritize that core following. You want to prioritize the long term, and the way you do that, okay, is basically by like only CTAing at the very end of the video. And the way this goes is like the people who are gonna book the calls with you and the people who are gonna join your community are gonna be the people who really like you. And yes, you probably can get some people to join your community who don't know who you are. I know I've just seen one of your like blow up videos that have got 1,000 views. Like, let's say you get a blow up video, gets 1,000 views, and you CTA like 2 or 3 minutes in, and you get a ton of people to join from that. You know, so you get 15, 20 people to join from that. Those 15, 20 people are going to be pretty unwarm, and because Skool is a different platform, they're quite likely just to ghost you and not talk to you. That you're not optimizing for the most members in your community for the most calls booked. You're optimizing for the good following where you can get qualified members and qualified calls booked. Basically meaning that you only care about getting the people to join your community who already know who you are and who are warm. Basically, this means you want to CTA at the very end of the video, and this kind of prioritizes the long term because it gives so much value. What I was saying about giving more than you ask, it gives so much value by you only CTAing at the very, very end because people, you know, they like that. They feel like they're actually getting good value, and they don't feel like you're fucking like making the video for yourself to take from them. Remember what I said about these videos from Hamza. These feel like, you know, he's CTAing really early in. It feels like he's just making the videos to, you know, take from us, and we don't like that. You know, this doesn't add value. Whereas these videos, it feels like he's making the videos to help us. And bro, here, yes, he CTA'd to Adonis Skool, but it is CTA'd to Adonis Skool like a fucking hour into the video, bro. You know, so yeah, that's basically how it is. You want to CTA only at the very end of the video because that way it's like you start to build up the qualified warm audience, and at the same time, the people who are coming through a funnel, it's still only the warm people. And so you're still going to make the same amount of money, except you're going to build it up and make more money long term, if that makes sense. So, yeah, only CTA at the very end of the video. And then also, in terms of how to do the CTA, so you basically want to CTA to book a call, then CTA to your free community, then CTA to subscribe. So, how this works at the very end of the video. So you make your final point of the video. You don't want to start like speaking like it's the end of the video because what happens is, and you can look at this in the retention graphs. Like maybe let's look at a video that's got more views actually. I'll probably be better. I mean, this has got 5,000 views. But you could probably look at this. Okay, that ain't a good example. Probably because I knew what I was doing. This is a really old video, man. Maybe this is an example. Nope. I'm looking for an example where it like really drops off near the end. This might be a good example. Next is it's a long one. So we need to find a video that's short and I got a lot of views. Okay, there's no fucking guy. Actually, I'm too good at this. I'm about to make a point. Fuck. Yeah. I mean, this is probably the best example, I guess. So you see here, like 252.
not going to help anyone, and it's really going to damage you. If this video opened up your eyes to it, then I'm going to ask you to subscribe, and yeah, I'm not going to waste your time.
Bro, I was so young there. But you can see here, like, as it gets near the end of the video, it really tends to drop off like faster, you know? And that's basically because what happens is people's brains shut off. Like, if you're watching a YouTube video or you're half watching it, and the guy making the video starts to, like, you can sense his energy starts to shift, and you can tell, you know, it's getting near the end of the video, your brain just shuts off and you click off the video or something like that because you know it's near the end of the video. You don't want to do that. When you CTA, you want to keep the same energy you had during the video, and you don't want to start to speak like it's the end of the video. You want to speak like the CTA is just a continuation of the video. So you make your final point, and then you're like, and then you don't say, all right, thanks for watching. And also, if you want to do, you don't do that. You just like go straight into the CTA where you're like, you know, if you want help doing X, Y, Z, I've got a link to book a call in the description. And this is the thing, like, the way we're going to CTA is basically first CTA is to book a call. So you want to put your a Calendly in your description, and let me just show you, like, your Calendly basically wants to be like this. So just something like this, like just keep it really simple. You know how to do a Calendly, name, email, and then you can see here I've got some like questions and shit here. Okay, you don't want to ask them how much they're making or shit like that. Like, you just want to ask some questions so you've got an understanding of them, and you might want to have like a section where it's like any other info you want to tell me, and then you just want to set up a Calendly like this. And they're basically, what this Calendly is for you to do a one call close on them. Now, because they're basically booking a call with you knowing it's a sales call, and this is way more things we're going to cover in the course. But just set as an hour or like 45 minutes. If you do it as 45 minutes, make sure there's like a 15-minute buffer on the end of it. But basically, you want to like you want to have this, and then to do a one call close, you basically take your sales script and then just cut out the recap. So for a one call close script, like if I just show you like our script, that I made for Evan earlier. So this is how it would look. So you do the current situation, discovery, and all of this shit. And then instead of doing the recap, you just go straight into cost of an action. And then you go straight into the pitch. That's basically how it works. And to format it, like, that's pretty much how it is. How you format the one call close. But yeah. You're basically booking this call as a one call close. So you want to set up a calendar like this. And then you want to have this as like the top link in your description. So I don't know, let me find. No, I think I got rid of all the links, but I used to do this as well. Oh no, wait, shit, I know where it was. Is this video here? Yeah, so it's like I mean, I was doing this in a different way. So it's like I'd have the link for the Calendly there, then the link for the free community there. This is what you want to do. Calendly, then free community below it. And so if we come back here, so yeah, basically you want to CTA to book a call, then CTA to the free community, then CTA to subscribe. So how that looks is like, come to the end of the video, you're like, all right, if you want to achieve whatever outcome, if you want to put 5 kilograms of muscle on in the next 30 days, in the next fucking 3 months, and you want my help to do that, then there's a link in the description for you to book a call where we can speak about potentially getting my paid help to do that. There's absolutely no pressure to click on that link, but if you want to click on it, and you want to potentially talk about us getting help, then there's that. Or, if you want, you can join my free Skool community where I've got free courses and then there's these free resources in my community to help you achieve this outcome. And the link is below that. Absolutely no pressure. If you don't want to click it, you don't have to click it. But yeah, subscribe if you want to see more videos like this. And thank you for watching. Have an amazing day, bro. Bye-bye. That's kind of how you want your video to look. So it's like, yeah, CTA to book a call, CTA free community, CTA to subscribe. And like give a reason for them to subscribe. So yeah, CTAs, so that you see more videos like this. And then, have an amazing day, bro. Thank you for watching. Bye-bye. You basically want to keep in mind that at the end of the video, the only people watching are like your core audience. You want to be nice to them. You want to like reward them for getting to the end of the video. Okay. You want to say, have an amazing day, bro. I really fucking hope your day goes well. And you can be, if you wanted to, you can be oddly specific. You can be like, also, bro, I really hope that after this video, okay, you walk outside and someone fucking gives you flowers and they say have a really nice day, and then I really hope you have a really really nice day, and that at your at your school gets cancelled because of some random reason, and you get the day off school. And I hope also that you have a really fucking good session at the gym today. Thank you for watching, bro. But like, you could, I mean, if you really wanted to, you could get specific like that. I might try that. But yeah, just be basically really nice to your audience. Like, basically, fucking dopamine reward them for watching the video by just being nice. And this sounds so trivial, but genuinely saying thank you for watching, please subscribe, gets people to watch again and gets them to subscribe. Okay. So yeah, I need more water. My throat's getting sore. So yeah, that's recording the video, planning the video, the theory. That's basically that there. So yeah, so basically by this point in the guide, you're not supposed to, but let's say you were to follow this guide as I was explaining it. By this point, we've basically gone over the theory of it, planning the videos, recording the videos. So then you've recorded the video. What you do now? Well, regarding the editor, do not edit unless you have an editor. Okay. Now, this is the thing. If you aren't getting an editor, you probably can't afford one, or you're not making money, so it's not really, you can't be asked. Okay, let's actually go in this. When should you get an editor? You should get an editor if money ain't an issue for you and you're minted, or if you're already making money, or if you're already getting relatively consistent sales. At that point, you could probably hire a Pakistani or some shit like that. And how to hire people is a whole nother process. We can go into that a little bit. So if you think you should hire, in fact, no, let's go over this and then I'll explain how to hire an editor. So if you should okay. If you aren't going to get an editor, then you're basically just going to record your videos in the way that I'm recording this Loom right now, where you can record it with Loom and you can pause it, and when you need to take a break, you can unpause it and all that shit, okay? And that's how you can do it. Or if you just record it normal talking head, then you basically just need to record it all in one take. So you click record, and you record it, and then you have that file, and you upload that file. So honestly, man, you just get your phone, bro, and you get your phone on the tripod, and you can just have it in selfie camera like this. Or with a fucking iPhone, it's got a square sensor, so you can have it like that, and it'll record horizontal. And I just have my phone like that, and I just hold it like that, and I just speak, and I just have it all in one, and then upload it through the YouTube app. That's how you want to do it, or do it through Loom. You basically want to keep it as efficient as possible. As efficient as possible. Remember what I said about YouTube is priority number 2 on the back burner. You don't want to be spending your time editing whatsoever. You do not want to be doing that. Okay. And so if you're not going to have an editor, you're either going to record through Loom where you can pause it like I do, or you do it in the way where you record it with your phone and you just do it all in one take. But I think actually with your phone, even with your phone, when you record it in selfie mode like this, if you record, I think, yeah, you can look at this. You can record like that, and then you can press pause, and then it pauses, and you can take a break when you need to think, and then you can click record again. So honestly, man, just record it on your phone. Don't do any fancy camera shit. Even I've got a fucking camera, and it's I'm gonna go more into all this shit in a second. If you've got an editor, because I record with my camera, but that's because I've got an editor. But if you don't have an editor, honestly, just get a fucking tripod. And this is important. This is actually a huge thing. Use a tripod. Handheld actually really is not good, because people don't like watching handheld videos for that long. They much prefer a tripod, and that's been proven as well. Just put it on a tripod, bro. If you don't have a tripod, get a tripod. If you're recording with your phone, don't bother getting a microphone. That's not needed. Phones have good mics. In terms of where to record it, bro, just record it in your room. Have a tidy room, or if you really want to, you can do it in a gym or anything. Basically, you want to do the 80-20. You don't want to put a ton of effort into making your setup look really nice and do all this fancy shit. You just want to fucking make the video, bro. You want to prioritize the value. Don't bother getting a mic. Don't bother fucking, having a really nice setup or shit like that. It doesn't matter a ton. That's another thing. But yeah, regarding if you should get an editor, then if you're making money from this, get an editor. If you've got a big channel already, and by big channel I mean you already consistently get 1,000 views per video, and you already consistently upload. By the way, this is another thing. If you're already consistently doing YouTube and you're already consistently getting views and everything, don't change anything. Just continue that, okay? But yeah, if it's already working, don't change it. So don't use this guide if YouTube's already working for you. What was I going on about? But yeah. So if you're already consistently getting views, then yeah, maybe you should get an editor. or if you're already making money from this and you're willing to invest into this and you're willing to pay like maybe $500 a month upwards for like no return for the next few months, then like that's when you should get an editor. For most of you boys in here, I would say don't even bother getting an editor. And then yeah, regarding what the editor will do, the editor will basically just cut out the parts you mess up, and then this is the other thing. I'm going to be actively testing whether editing is worth it or not. In the like, because for me it's that I recorded my camera and like I set the mic up. But that's just because like I know this shit. Like it takes me just as long to set up with my phone as it does with the camera, so I just use the camera. Because it's like better quality and everything. So that's what I do. But then I just basically get the files and I just send it to my editor. The main reason I'm hiring an editor is just because I can just plan it, record it, and then just send those files off, and I just fucking forget about it. And then the editor edits it. They make a thumbnail. They upload it to my channel. They schedule the video. And that's basically what you want to do. Hang on. So yeah, you're probably not gonna get an editor. So you'll just say what I did about just recording on your phone or on Lumen or anything. But the thing is, I'm going to be testing whether like entertainment editing is worth it or not. In my editor, whoever they may be, I'm just gonna cut out the parts I mess up, add any necessary like educational shit on screen if needed. Like if I talk about my testimonials, I put the testimonials on screen. If I talk about something where it's like I need to visually show it, they'll just put it on screen. Now that's the educational editing. But I'm gonna test that version versus doing more entertainment editing, and I'm gonna see how much of a difference it makes. Not to the views, because I know the entertainment will get more views. I'm gonna test the difference between calls booked with that way, and I'm basically gonna actively test if that's worth it or not, and I'll get back to you boys on that if it's worth it. If I were to put a bet on it, I would say it's probably not worth it. Okay, but we'll get to that. But anyway, yeah, regarding the editing, most likely you just don't need to think about that. If you are to hire an editor, however, what you want to do is basically set something up like I've got here. You want to plan a video, record a video just like normal. Okay, so this is like a raw file I've got here, where I've recorded this video. And then you basically just want to like upload it to Google Drive, make sure it's on public. Like I've got a little Google Doc here explaining shit. I've got like the extra testimonials I need people to put in. And then I basically just get this, and I get this link. And then I've got a pretty big network, and so there's like a load of editors I know, where I'm basically just letting them trial it. But then it's like I come here in the $1,000 protocol, and it's like I make a post here offering people if they want to be my editor and shit like that. You know, fuck off Tianan. And you know, I'm offering people editing here, and so it's like I'm basically gonna get all these people to trial it out, and I'm gonna see who does it best. And same thing, I've just messaged like a load of people in my network who could potentially be editors. That's why I was saying fuck off to Lucas, because I was not fucking Lucas, Tianan. Lucas is another editor, Tianan, because I think he does editing. I'm not sure, but anyway, I've known him for a while. But yeah, and then you basically just want to get them all to edit a trial video, and then they all edit the trial video, and then from that trial video, you basically can just, you know, see who does it the best, see who's fucking Scandinavian and wants to be paid a fuck ton, and see who's Indian and doesn't want to be paid at all. And then yeah, just basically decide from that. It's not just, and by the way, this is another hiring thing. It's not just about their ability to edit, it's about their ability to be a team member. Because if you're going to hire an editor, they're probably going to be a long-term role and a long-term position, and you want them to be competent, you want to get along with them, you want to like who they are. So for example, I'm not going to name names, okay, but this guy, the post I made in the $1,000 protocol, someone commented on it, and they're just not the right person to be editing it for me. And he's a bit of a meme in the $1,000 protocol in here, for his school networking and the misspelling of the word niche. And you'll know who I'm talking about. I'm not gonna work with him. Even if he was a good editor and he wanted to do it for free, I wouldn't work with him, okay? Because I just wouldn't want to. You know, I want someone who's competent, someone who understands my mission, who I can get along with. Because that's another thing about an editor. You don't just want to hire some random Indian or Fiverr. You know, let's say they're fucking really far left and woke and they vote for the Green Party, and they barely speak English. Like, you probably wouldn't want to work with them, okay? You want to work with someone you get along well with. Which is why, you know, here in the fast lane, I'm probably going to be hiring Hugo or Billy if I could make a bet. Just because, like, you know, it's like I get along well with you guys. It's like we trust each other, you know? especially because I'm giving the editor access to my YouTube channel. It's like, it's like I need to trust them. But yeah. And then regarding YouTube Shorts, I haven't tested this, but from what I've heard from Mr. Charlie Morgan, basically what you want to do is just record YouTube Shorts on. It's one of those things where you might as well do it, because like basically you could record 30 YouTube Shorts in 30 minutes, and just upload them directly to YouTube like that. And with these YouTube shorts, they can just be about anything, like your life, random stories. Like, imagine the way people make Instagram stories. That's about the most random shit, just about shit that's going on. You can do that with YouTube shorts. You can treat YouTube shorts like Instagram stories, but just in video format in a way. It doesn't have to be niche specific. Any insights, any shit like that, you can make a quick 30-second video and upload it for shorts. And then just schedule as many as you want. You can just do a fuck ton at once and just schedule them. Like, shorts don't matter a ton. And then with thumbnails, this is another thing. You can A/B split test making a thumbnail versus no thumbnail, and then just see what works best. Like, if I have to guess, I'd say having a thumbnail is probably best. But again, that's another thing. Like the editing, I'm gonna test. But yeah, that is the hour and 3 minute long YouTube guide right there, boys. I think I might end up posting this on YouTube, to be completely fair. I think it could be pretty valuable, and we'll see how it goes. But yeah, that's that. If you got any questions or shit, just join the Clarity Call and make a post, and I'll get back to you there. But yeah, that is that. I don't think I've got anything else to add on. I guess because I'm uploading this to YouTube, I might as well do the fucking YouTube outro. So if you're watching this on YouTube, then here's the $1,000 protocol. This is obviously my little paid program. If you want to book a call with me, there'll be a link in the description for that where we can talk about you potentially joining. Or if you want to join the $1,000 protocol, which is my free community, there'll be a link for that in the description. But yeah, that is that. If you got any questions, like I said, just fucking put a comment on the post or shit like that. Or join the Clarity Calls. But yeah, that's that.